show you an FL Studio tutorial on how to basically mix, how to finish your song that you have. So let's go ahead and go to the base of the song, to the playlist, and we're gonna go ahead and go through what I did. So first we're gonna just play everything by itself. Actually, no, not that. We're gonna go ahead and, what the heck, 808. Go ahead and play that. And 808 number 3. Kick number 1. Kick number 2. Snare number 1. Snare number 1, number 4. Snare number 3. Number 1, number 3, whatever, I'm just gonna say so. But go ahead and snare number 2. And then we're gonna go ahead and go to the hats. Hat number 2. Hat number 3. Snare number 2. Snare number 3. Snare number 4. Has the little glitch at the end, and now the brass. This is low strings. This is the big strings. And here is the stops. And here is the keys. Okay, so now that I showed you all of the patterns, we're gonna go ahead and show you how I put them in the song. Okay, first I laid down the 808s, the kicks, the hats, the snares, and the strings and brass, and I added onto it by making it sound different. So I made them unique, and instead of like having that, I'll take that out. For the kicks, every other kick like that, and for the 808s, every four bar I change up the 808, and then every other pat I change it up, but the fourth bar is different. And then the snares, it's every snare is different for the sets of snares. For the second snares, every snare is the same except for the third one. Except for the fourth one, which is the snare glitch, and then the brass and the low bass, and the brass and the low strings are the same, and then the piano. So then these are cymbals. These are the stomps at the chorus, and we have the 808 running all the way through it. We have the intro, we have the verse, we have the chorus, we have the verse, we have the chorus, and it's not really set up how I want it to be right now, but this is just a tutorial, so I'm gonna add a bridge like right there, probably 4-bar bridge right there, and then we don't have an outro. Actually we do, but it's just that. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this part of the mixing down. This part is the compressor, which is what it makes it sound like a next door neighbor was having a party, or whatever you want to call it, and it's called Noisy Neighbor. Let's go ahead and play that. That's how that sounds. And then for this part, this is the same one, except for it is not for the whole track, it is just for the pianos that are right here. And let's show you how that sounds by itself. And the reason why they're there, it gives it like a more different sound. Like it just sounds more fuller and more like, I don't know, it just sounds more better with it fully compressed. Either it was gonna be fully compressed, or it was gonna not be in the song at all, only at the intro. But let's go ahead and go to the mixing part. For the 808s, actually first you want to double click that and make sure all of those are green, and then you want to left click the first track, and you want to go to link select channels starting from this track, and it will link every track, I mean not every track, but every sound that you have on there onto the track. And what you want to do is okay, for this song I wanted the main snare to be louder than, to be more noticeable than everything, so I went ahead and kept that at 100%, and everything else is like at probably 80 to 90 and below. So that's what I did for the snares. For the hats, for the hats, you know, I told you what I did for everything. So for the 808s, we went ahead, I mean for everything, we put an EQ on it to make it sound way different. I mean not way different, but make it sound different and more cleaner. Because let's show you with the 808. Without it, it sounds kind of the same, but you will know the difference. But let's go ahead and make this a drastic difference. Let's go ahead and turn that all the way up. You see how it has the like distortion, and I don't really want that on this song, so it'll have the distortion. And then for the kicks, let me break this down. the kicks will be around here, the snares will be around here, the hats will be around here, the claps will be around here, and the bass will be around here. So if you want more bass, turn that up. If you want the kick to punch more, turn that up. If you want the clap or snares to punch more, which is these three, you want to turn those up. And then if you want the hats and the cymbals, those two are the ones, mostly that one, but we're gonna go ahead and go to kick and show you how I EQ'd that. And let's listen to it with the EQ'd and without EQ'd. And we're gonna go ahead and show you with that all the way up. See, I don't really like that sound, so I'm gonna stick with it like that. Except for mixing is however you want your song to sound, not how everybody wants it to sound. It's how you want it to sound. So if you want that sound, you go ahead and do that, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want the sound. And then we're gonna go ahead and show you what I did with the crap, I forget, with the instruments. For the brass, I mean actually for all of them, but for the brass, for the brass and the strings, I've made a separate track called left and right, and you pan that to the left, you pan that to the right, and then you enable that, send the track to this, and so it'll be like pan left right. Now I'll show you how it sounds without it being panned. And I'm gonna show you what it sounds with it being panned. And one thing you will notice that it sounds more fuller, and then also when an artist is on the track, it sounds more like their vocals are more in the center instead of, you know, all meshed together. So actually I forgot to do that with the keys, so we're gonna go ahead and do that with the keys. And we're going to go ahead and EQ the keys too. And I'm going to show you, basically just to show you how it's done. See, I don't want my piano to sound like more like, I don't want my piano to sound like that with the heavy punch. I want it to sound more softer, and I don't want it to sound like this because it sounds like a cheap piano like that. And that's how I want it to sound, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And so let's see, we went through all of the basses, and yep, so I believe we are done. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you check out my website, which will have this be on there. And the website is www.kidpride.com. and make sure you go to my other YouTube, which is my main YouTube, and it's Kid Pride. You just search that into the search engine and you will find it. So make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll make sure I make other FL Studio tutorials and maybe other software tutorials if you comment below. So thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day.